Have you ever been told you've got 5 minutes to get yourself ready and out of the door, and yet you've still to do your makeup? Well, in this video, keep watching because I'm going to show you a really quick, really simple day makeup for the eyes. It's quick, it's easy to do, needs minimal products, and you know what? It'll last you all day. Those are my lipsticks. These are my eyeliners. Is there any need for so many eyeliners? But you don't need volumes of products, of shadows, of brushes and liners. You will actually just need a very simple, very basic core kit to do your eye makeup. What I'm looking at in this is a very simple, very straightforward day makeup for the eye that you can easily, what's the word? Updo? Is that the word? I don't know what's the word. Upgrade, enhance, progress into an evening makeup. I'll show you how to do it. You just need 3 different shadows. There's a palette here. This is the Laura Geller range. You know me now. I'm a sucker for online. I see it advertised, it looks good and I buy it. And I bought this and I love it. Have to say, it was promoted for mature skin and I do like it. But I'll go through the Laura Geller range another time. But what you'll see there is we have 3 shadows along the top. We have a light, a medium and a dark. For the day makeup, we're not looking at colours today, we're just going light, medium, dark. I've got 2 different eyeliners. Now the reason I've got 2 eyeliners for you today is one is brown, safe bet, always browns are great. What's in at the moment actually are very much the plum colours, but I've got the brown. I get asked all the time, can the more mature lady wear black eyeliner? Yes, but in a very careful and subdued way. It can really define the eyes well. I would avoid it if you've got very fair hair, the greying hair, very blonde hair, I'd avoid it. So it's more for the brunettes and the darker skin tones. But yes, you can still wear black eyeliner. It's when you're not putting it all around like the good old 80s days. That's what I used to do, get your eyeliner on. There's 2 eyeliners. 3 different colour shadows, light, medium and dark. And because we've got 3 different shadows, I've got 3 brushes. 1 to apply the light, 1 to apply the medium, 1 to smudge the dark. And then the last thing I've got is a mascara. I said that what's in at the moment are your plum colours for eyeliners. I do have in my little little jar of eyeliners, I do have, but I'll use the plum. I'll go for plum. Now, in the last video I've just done, I did about applying your foundation. You can watch that video there. So my foundation is already on. So we're going to start off 3 tones, not colours, tones. So whatever sort of colour scheme you're going for, just bear in mind you need a light, you need a medium and you need a dark. Now the Laura Geller range there does have 3 and does state that there is a light, medium and dark. The reason why I don't use this one, the very, very light one, is it's got shimmer, okay? That's not got shimmer in it. So I use that as my light, I use that as my medium, and I have an even darker one, a very dark brown that I use for my dark. The reason why I say avoid shimmer is if you have any shimmery shadows and they fall into the creases of the eyes, they will enhance and emphasise the creases. It sort of stands out and goes, look at me. So avoid shimmer around the eyes. Obviously, you know, special occasion, you want to put a little bit of sparkle on or something, you know, go ahead. But really, particularly the daytime, nothing shimmer. You want something nice and matte. So let's get going. The first thing we want to do, and what I'm going for, is this middle one here, which is a light base. That is a highlighter. There's 2 highlighters in this pack. That one's got shimmer, that one doesn't. I could use that. But because it's day, I don't want to go too light because it just almost make your eyes stand out as really light. I'm going for that. It's almost skin tone. But what it's doing, it's a little bit like a base coat if you were doing some painting. The undercoat, it's just going to form a very even base across the whole of my eye. So I take the shadow. Now I'm placing the tissue underneath my eye, and this is simply to catch any bits of shadow that may fall off. And all I'm doing is going over the whole of my lid and my brow with one base colour. You probably won't really see too much because it is virtually skin tone, but what it does is give a nice smooth undercoat. It's day makeup, it's subtle. Just going to make the eyes feel a little bit more made up, because at the moment it's obvious my eyes are disappearing along with my eyelashes. I used to have eyelashes. That was back in the day. It's toilet tissue. You can get loads of sheets. Don't use the same one, and because what you'll do if you keep moving it around, the makeup that's caught on it will then go on the skin somewhere else. Now, the next step is about the definition. This is when I'm going to use the black eyeliner here. I do this step next. The reason being is we're going to put the eyeliner on, but then we're not leaving it as a line. We're going to smudge it. When you smudge it and shade it, you create contour. When you get contour, you're creating depth. And what we're trying to do is obviously get contour and depth around the eyes. This is a black. Avoid blacks if you're very, very fair. So I'm just taking it now. Obviously, my skin's looser than it used to be. I didn't need to use to hold my skin. I could just put eyeliner on and it was tight. That was a long time ago. Okay, so I'm going to draw the skin tight, and I'm literally just drawing a line on the lashes. But what's really important here is I'm going just over that halfway mark across my eyelid. It's really about 2/3 of the way in. And even though I've not smudged it, you could probably see a little bit that eye now has got a little bit more definition. So we do the same on the other eyes. Pulling your eye gently, not too much so you're stretching the skin, the liner. Now I'm not pressing on with the eyeliner hard. So there we just have some definition. We're actually, it's not eyeliner. We're almost trying to extend the lashes. So you're putting the eyeliner on the base of the lash, trying to get it on the base of the lash where it touches the skin. And then we're going to be smudging it a little bit more from there. And that will make your lashes look a little bit longer. I said I'd try the plum, didn't I? Should we give that a go? So this is like a plummy colour, which is quite popular at the moment. And again, I'm using the tissue just to rest underneath. Now, obviously, if I wasn't talking, I'd get this done pretty quick. Again, it's gone just halfway, just over halfway in. We don't want to take it all the way to the centre of the eye. If we do, we're closing the eyes. What happens is if you surround your eyes with eyeliner, you make them look smaller. We don't want to. What we're doing is just sort of framing them. We give them some definition. And I'm just lifting up on the outer edge as well, not taking it in. So there we have, just got a little bit of frame. Bearing in mind, very simple, very natural day makeup. Right, so we've got the light on. Remember the light, medium, dark. Now I'm going to go for the dark because we put the lashes, the eyeliner on, and we want to smudge that and give it some depth. This is just another palette I've got, okay? Another multi-palette. It's just for ease of this. What I'm going to do now, I can do, because it's my face, my brush, my makeup. If I was using anybody else's makeup, I would not do this. Anybody else's brushes, I would not do this. Or me working on anybody else's face, I would not do this. But if you really want this dark to go on really well, just get it a bit damp. If you want, you can just get like a little pot with just a tiny bit of water in it. It's a bit like painting as a child. If you know those paint blocks children get, you have to wet your brush, haven't you, to make it work. If you just make your brush not completely wet, just a little bit of damp, which is why just that little dab, it actually stops it falling. It stops the eyeshadow falling, but it also goes on a little bit more intense. But not only that, it will stay on longer. So now I'm just going to go over the eyeliner I put on. And I'm always going from the outside to the inside. The reason being is when you draw a line, it tapers off. So if I start on the inside, that's the dark. Now, if you're doing the flick on the outside, you start on the outside and flick up. But I'm not doing that. I'm going from the outer edge and I'm flicking it just over the top lid. And I'm just flicking it over the lashes, the lash line. And again, you can probably see there's just a little bit more definition. Little dab. I wash my brushes probably every week, if not sometimes twice a week. I do wash my brushes. So again, this is the dark brown, and I'm just taking it very gently across. So that now is just very gently defined. Okay, I'm now going to go under the eye. I'm just going to use the brown that's in this, which is a lighter brown. You only need 3 things of colour. You can just buy 3 simple 3 little eyeshadows. That's all you need. But with this, I'm going to go under the eye. So again, I'm just pulling the eye out a little tiny bit. when I'm at the outer corner there, it's difficult to kind of see, I'm just going up slightly into the crease of my eye. So it's just that little bit there. I'm taking that upper line and I'm just going very, very slight in that upper crease. Now to the other side. So again, I'm just doing under the eye, because what this also does is it sets the eyeliner that you've got underneath your eye. Final brush, 3 brushes, okay? One for the light, one for the eyeliner. This is just now for the medium colour. The medium colour is that same brown I was using. Tiny bit on, not wetting at this time, tiny bit, tap off any excess, clean bit of tissue. And this is just a slightly bigger brush, and all I'm doing is just stroking inside. I'll try and do it that way so you can see. So very, very gently. There's hardly anything on that brush, but can you see what it's done? It's just given that little bit of contour. So we have the light up there. I'm not putting highlighter on because I don't want any sparkle and I don't want it to be light. I don't want it to sort of stand out. What I'm really looking for is my eyes to be defined with the liner, a light lid, and then when you've got in the crease there, you go with a little bit darker, and that's it. Let me do some mascara. I'm going to use the Plum mascara here. It's quite popular, is this colour at the moment. It's a sort of deep plum colour. I'll put a link to the mascara in the description box below. And also, of course, mascara, don't go pumping it in there, really bad to pump. You pump air into the mascara. And when the air goes in, it dries it out. Your mascara will go too quickly. I do put a little bit on the bottom, but not too much. Let's have a little eyebrow brush. Yes, my eyebrows are tattooed. I had those done. It's an age thing. I was losing my hairs. And I was spending my life drawing them in. And I just thought, oh, it's so much easier. So this is just a brush. It's a benefit range. There's loads of things on the market you can use. And this just basically, it's almost like a little mascara, but it's an eyebrow mascara. It just brushes the eyebrows. Tinted lip gloss. So there you have a very simple, very natural day makeup. Now what I also said was you can very easily just do this up for evening. You simply take what was the medium colour, that brown colour there, and you take that a little bit darker. So if I just do this one eye here, I'm taking a brown eyeliner, and now I'm taking the eyeliner a little bit darker. Very, very quick. And what you'll see there, straight away, you have more of an evening type makeup. It's not super strong, but we don't want to be super strong. We don't want to be, I'm 60, I don't want to be super strong. I don't want to wear the makeup that I wore when I was 18. The more makeup you apply, the more chance you have of it emphasising fine lines and wrinkles. Keeping it natural, but what you need is not blending it too much, so actually you lose all definition and therefore it just looks one plain colour. The real key to it is contouring. 3 different colours, you want a light, you want a medium and a dark, and you want to keep those separate. I think that looks quite nice. I'd love to know what you would like me to talk about and cover. I'm here to talk about anything, hair, beauty, skin, makeup, you tell me. So any questions you have, please pop them into the comments section below. I do read all the comments myself and I will reply to you, but I do take note of all the requests, so do let me know. Thank you so much again for watching. It means the world to me, and I'll see you in the next video. It's probably going to be maybe lips. Should we do lips next? Anyway, take care. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next time. Bye bye.